The White House is continuing to try and gather support for President Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief plan. Vice President Kamala Harris discussed the proposal with members of Congress and business leaders on Thursday and highlighted the pandemic's economic impact on women workers and business owners.
About 2.5 million women have dropped out or have been forced out of the workforce during the pandemic. Many work in lower-wage jobs that have been undervalued for far too long and underpaid for far too long. Second, small businesses are closing. Last February, around 5 million women were business owners, and 2 months later, by April, 1 in 4 had closed their doors.
For more on this, I want to bring in Sarah Ewall-Wice. She's a CBS News reporter covering the Treasury. Sarah, where do things currently stand with getting the relief plan passed?
So right now, the current package is still in the House. As it stands, 9 separate House committees had put together legislation as part of this last week. It is now with the House Budget Committee, and they will hold a hearing on Monday to mark this up. Earlier today, Speaker Pelosi said that she hopes they can hold a vote by the end of next week. Of course, it still then has to go through the Senate, and it's not clear as of right now what provisions will still be included in the Senate version of this package. Today at the White House, the press secretary said they are solely focused on getting the American Rescue Plan passed before moving to look at any other legislation moving forward. But at this time, there are provisions of the COVID relief bill that passed in December that will actually start to run out in just over 3 weeks from now.
And Sarah, as you heard in my introduction, Vice President Harris really emphasized what the plan does for women. Why is the White House and the Vice President in particular focusing on that aspect of the plan?
Well, millions of women, as she said, are leaving the workforce. She called it a national emergency in need of a national solution. There are multiple provisions in this bill that she's promoting that help get children back to school. Women have really been hit by a double whammy. There's the health and economic crisis, but there's also the child care crisis associated with the coronavirus pandemic. So they're focused on aspects of getting children back in school. There's also provisions to get people vaccinated. But on the economic front, she focused on several provisions, in particular, the $1,400 checks that will help people financially. She also spoke about the child tax credit. They're focused on moving that child tax credit from $2,000 to $3,000 in this package. It is also $3,600 for children under the age of 6, which will help families and women and help move millions of children out of poverty if passed.
And one aspect of the plan that is potentially, well, that has been controversial, but also that people have cared a lot about is this provision raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. And Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia is facing criticism over his opposition to that proposal. Tell us a little bit more about the significance of this.
So this is a provision that is currently in the House bill and is likely to be sent as part of that package to the Senate. It is still not clear whether it can pass in the Senate. The minimum wage increase has to be decided on by the Senate parliamentarian if they want to pass this package through budget reconciliation. The significance of Senator Joe Manchin is Democrats have a 50-50 split majority in the Senate. So to pass this bill through budget reconciliation, they really need support from every Democratic senator. Senator Manchin met today with low-income workers and advocates, including some from his own home state of West Virginia. They were pushing for the $15 minimum wage increase. And after that meeting, they did say that he had listened to their stories and heard them out and was still focused on a compromise of $11 minimum wage increase with potential indexing after to move that up. So they're going to continue to put pressure on him next week. They also are focused on the Democratic senator from Arizona. Kirsten Sinema has said she also opposes including a $15 minimum wage increase in the budget reconciliation COVID relief package. So they really have to figure out, one, if they can actually include that in the Senate rules, but also if they have the support to do so with the current slim majority they have, which is really just Vice President Harris breaking a tie should they need her.
Right, and with two Democrats already indicating that they're not willing to get on board with that, that's potentially problematic for the White House. All right, Sarah, thank you.